Right, hello, good afternoon. Welcome to this IMGroup webinar. This is one of a series of events that we're holding to explain and promote our services in cloud computing. This is an overview of that program, something that we call the New World of Work. And there are a series of follow-on events that go into various topics that we will be covering today in greater detail, and further information on those events is available on our website. So I hope you can all hear me okay. This event is being recorded. As part of that process, as attendees, you will be muted, so I will not be able to hear you. I hope you are able to hear me. There is a Q&A facility within this live meeting technology. So if you have any questions, please use that facility and I will endeavour to pick them up as we go. So as I say, welcome to this event. I'm going to cover the New World of Work as we see it, as delivered by cloud computing over about the next 45 minutes or so. And we will close by suggesting what you can do next to further your knowledge and to get started in the cloud. So, thanks very much for taking the time to join us today. I hope that this event is going to be of value to you, and we look forward to supporting you further as you build your understanding of the cloud in general and IMGroup Cloud Services in particular. So let's begin. What I want to do is to just run through a quick agenda and then get into an introduction to IMGroup as a business very briefly, and explain to you what it is that's brought us to this point and why we think cloud is both important and relevant in business. We'll then get on to what we call the New World of Work, how we provide services to help people take advantage of that, and some examples of the experience that we've had to date. So that's the agenda for this session. I'll get straight on and give you a bit of overview of IMGroup as a business, and we'll proceed from there. So, IMGroup, Information Management Group, we are a consultancy headquartered in London. We've been in business for about 12 years now. We have customers which I'll come on to talk to you about from a variety of different industries and with by degrees global presence, and we'll give you an idea of that shortly. In terms of our business, we have offices here in London, we have offices in Manchester, we have a development capability based out of Kolkata in India, and we also most recently have opened an office in New York. So we have a UK, European and global capability, and we have experience across, as I say, a range of sectors, including both the public and private sector. Our services span the full end-to-end process of project and program management, beginning with advisory services, which for those of you that are new to cloud computing might be where you would look to start, including perhaps looking at the strategy that you have for enterprise architecture and how that strategy might need to be revisited and perhaps modified in light of what's happening with cloud computing. We help people at that level understand how they can take advantage of technologies and also make sure that they are aware of the opportunity to leverage information as a business asset. We then get into application delivery, including management of data solutions for people, creation of platforms for a variety of applications, and in particular reporting and analytics, which has been our core business over the years. And progressively, over the years that we've been in business, it has suited a number of our customers to rely on us on an ongoing basis. So we offer managed services of a variety of different types, and that's really, I suppose, a natural extension of the relationship we have with our customers. We work very closely with our customers in general, and also a reflection of where we've been as an industry over the last 2 to 3 years. It has been prudent and right that we offer our services in a delivery neutral manner so that people are able to engage and take the value that we can offer in a framework that is appropriate to their circumstances, both commercially and technically. So managed services means that as well as delivering our capabilities in a traditional on-premise project manner, we're also able to variously provide off-premise hosted and increasingly cloud computing based solutions to our customers. And that's really, I suppose, the first part of the journey that we have taken into cloud computing. We are a Microsoft partner. We have been working very closely with Microsoft over a number of years, and in terms of the content that we're going to talk about today, cloud computing, as far as we are concerned, there are very many platforms available on the market that people might be looking at and may be considering. In our considered opinion is that Microsoft offers the best available cloud platform, and certainly one that we advocate in terms of it being right for business and right for the economic situation that we're all in. I'll come on to explain why that is, but you can see from this slide, we work very closely with Microsoft, and we have a very strategic relationship with them, and that extends into the work that we're doing in cloud. In terms of the customers that we have, I've just put together a slide here that illustrates the spread, the diversity of the customer base that we have, and the markets that we're active in. So these are variously household names, some of them from the world of media, some from particular industries such as the legal profession. You'll see others including the NHS and various others from the public sector, and so on. And I hope that what this speaks to is the breadth of experience that we have in delivering solutions for organizations of a variety of different dispositions and specializations. Most recently, a lot of the work that we've done is focused on financial services, and that's a market that we're seeing particular traction in at the moment in terms of this proposition of information as asset. We're doing a lot of work there. Equally, we're doing an increasing amount of work in cloud. So let's move on and start to take a look at cloud and why that has become relevant to us and why we believe it is relevant to business. So I've already made reference in part to the context, the economic situation, the credit crunch, the experiences that we've all been through over the last 2 to 3 years. The term perfect storm is somewhat overused, but I think it is appropriate in this case. We have been experiencing unprecedented challenges in business over the last few years. I think probably in the commercial sector that manifested in 2008 and is still an ever-present part of the challenges of doing business. And clearly in the public sector, since the change of government earlier this year, that if it wasn't already an everyday part of the working reality for people in the public sector, I think as of October the 20th of this year, it certainly is today. The results of the comprehensive spending review were published at that point, and I think for a lot of people in the public sector, the realities of having to do more with less probably align very closely to what the commercial sector has been wrestling with over recent years. It is a combination of these things that I've listed here. The challenge of driving shareholder value, or in the public sector perhaps stakeholder value, across a range of activities. How in challenging markets where it's difficult to grow revenue or income can you deliver the services and the innovation that you need on either static or more likely reduced budgets. That is, I think, probably the pervasive reality that we're all working with. I think certainly a lot of the customers that we work with have been through some fairly objective analysis of their business in recent years and have come to the conclusion that they have to absolutely focus on their core business. There is this mantra of how do we do more with less, how do we drive efficiency, how do we take out cost from the business, how do we optimize the assets that we carry. What actually should be on our balance sheet a lot of people have been through a process of looking at the so-called assets that they own and thinking about whether those assets are right for them to own, or indeed whether the market offers better alternatives that allow them to refocus their spend around the innovation that the markets that they're in requires. And ultimately, I think where we're at is a point on the road where technology and the market have evolved such that there is now the opportunity to develop applications that are more agile, more flexible, more affordable, and more appropriate to the circumstances we're all living in. That, if you like, is the reality. So the top and tail of this slide are quite interesting in that you've got these business imperatives of shareholder value, focus on the core business, do more with less, and actually at the same time you've got a technology marketplace that is offering the very means to achieve that. And we've been active in cloud as a business for about the last 18 months to 2 years. And I think one of the things that is probably fair to say, and shall we say a bit disappointing, is that the market hasn't really, the industry has not really engaged the market in quite this way. I don't think the C-level people in the organizations that we talk to, in wrestling with the considerations of running businesses and organizations that they have to juggle, that they instantly recognize and associate cloud computing as a means to help them through those difficult choices. And that, I think, is something that we need to address, and I'll say more about that shortly.